Another record broken by Caitlin Clark. What can't she do? As you guys can see here, Caitlin Clark has grown even more and more over these past few weeks. And a lot of people were honestly thinking that the Caitlin Clark hype was gonna die down. But believe it or not, it's only gotten higher and better from here. As you guys can see here, 2.23 million people watched Caitlin Clark and the Fever take down the Storms on Sunday, the fifth most watched WNBA broadcast since 2001. Do you guys see that? 2.23 million people watched that game. Honestly, just insane to think that she's getting even bigger and bigger after the Olympic break. Because honestly, there was a great possibility that the CC hype was gonna die down since there was 1 month of Olympic break off for the WNBA season and she wasn't playing at all. So the fact that she came back and this many people are tuning in, even more people, is just honestly insane and crazy to think that 2.23 million people tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark play basketball. And if we can compare this to the NBA, let's check out the NBA viewership per game. So this is the NBA average game viewership. On average of 1.56 million viewers tune in to watch NBA regular season games across ABC, ESPN, and TNT in this last 2023 and 24 season. And this is honestly a decline since less people, as you guys can see, are watching the NBA. Only 1.56 million people tune in compared to a Caitlin Clark game where it's 2.23 million people tuning in. I mean, we can obviously see who's becoming the face of basketball globally right now, because there's really not a face in WNBA or the NBA right now currently since they're getting older. And it's honestly looking like Caitlin Clark can be the honestly face of basketball going forward with these numbers. Honestly, this is incredible and honestly insane to see what she's doing and all the records that she's honestly breaking already, being this being her first season as a rookie in the WNBA, and they're breaking viewership records. Another one. It's honestly insane. If we can honestly compare this to the other games, so this is the WNBA weekly viewership numbers for this past week. Fever Mercury, 1.2 million. The Suns and Wings played, 485K. The Liberty and Aces, which is the NBA Finals rematch, 874K. Then after that, the Lynx and Mystic, 577K. Then we go to the Fever and Storm, their second game back this season. 2.2 million people tuned in, and it's honestly not even close compared to all the other teams. That's insane and mind-blowing, like what she's doing with the viewership wise. Caitlin Clark has the chance to become the face of basketball, if we're gonna be honest with you, right now as we speak. Like, the numbers I'm comparing this to is like when Steph Curry came out in 2015 and just started going crazy. Like, Caitlin Clark is above that, like what Steph Curry was doing back then. It's honestly incredible and amazing to see what this talented young lady's doing, and she's just breaking barriers and barriers. And there's obviously gonna be a lot of haters, but she's doing her thing, getting better each game. Like, Caitlin Clark right now is honestly a top 2 player in the WNBA. Like, the only other person that she's competing with is like A'ja Wilson, if we're gonna be honest with you. Other than that, she's better than everybody else in the league. Like, it's not even close. The amount of talent and what she's doing this season with her team. And the average WNBA viewership is 1.3 million views. WNBA reports record TV viewership for 2024 season. Highest game attendance in 26 years because of Caitlin Clark. The Women's National Basketball Association is averaging 1.3 million views per game, tripling last season's average of 462K, and that was last season. With Caitlin Clark, now they're averaging 1.3 million viewership. And as you guys can see, I mean, it's showing for themselves compared to what people are actually watching, what game people are watching compared to games that people aren't watching. 485K views compared to 1.2 million, like, it's a far drop off. So obviously everyone's here to see Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever. No one's really here to watch anybody else, because the way she plays the game is honestly incredible. Like, her talent and skill, her passing ability, she passes the ball like LeBron James, if we're gonna be honest. She has like that finesse game, and then her shooting ability as well. She shoots like Steph Curry, which is something we never seen in women's basketball before. So it's great to see what she's doing and pushing boundaries, and honestly do expect this to keep going up and up. Like, 2.23 million, what's going to be the next game when they play? Are they gonna break 3 million or 4 million people gonna tune in? Well, we're honestly gonna have to wait and see, but I honestly feel like each game there's gonna be more and more people. As you guys can see, the first game was against the Phoenix Mercury back. It was 1.2 million people. Now the second game was against the Seattle Storms, 2.2 million. So what's going to be the third game when they come back? Is it going to be 3 million or 4 million? I honestly feel like it's going to honestly be more and more going forward because of how popular Caitlin Clark is getting and just the way she's playing better and better each game. So it's great to see what Caitlin Clark is doing for the WNBA and for herself. And I honestly do expect the viewership to go higher and higher each year, because that's just honestly how talented she is and the type of game that people like to watch in the WNBA, which is Caitlin Clark compared to a lot of other players, which really don't like to watch, because Caitlin Clark has like a finesse game, a game that's enjoyable to watch to the viewership. It's great to see that everyone else is recognizing this. And what do you guys think down in the comments below? Do you believe the viewership is just gonna keep on skyrocketing even more and more, and honestly just break more and more barriers for the rest of the season?